My name is Gerd Clabaugh, and I've been on the Johnston City Council for 9 years. Always trying to find that balance between the tax investment that we make and the quality of services that we get out of our community. The library, for me growing up, was an important part of my growing up. So I recognize that it has aspects that support what we want in our community related to learning, encouraging people to be lifelong learners. It's a gathering place, and that's particularly true in Johnston with the Kites on the Green event, the Green Days celebration that we have. So it serves that purpose very well. I've lived in Johnston for 15 years, and I'm married to my wife Janelle, who also works here in Johnston. She's a social worker at Child Serve. And then we have 4 children, all of whom went through the Johnston schools.
Hi, I'm Dave Lindeman. I've been on the council for 4 years and just started my 2nd term. I don't have any real priorities other than making sure that we're good stewards of the taxpayer dollars. Didn't have any single issue that got me on the council. I just had a desire to serve and be a part of the community, and this was one way I could do that. Pretty much the entire time I've been on the council, Terra Lake's been a project that we've been looking at. This project in the lake out here is going to be a wonderful spot for community gatherings, a recreation area that we don't necessarily have something this size in Johnston that will be a draw for other people in the surrounding metro area to come and visit Johnston. I come from Humboldt, Iowa, and spent some time in the military and wound up out of Camp Dodge to finish my career, and it was just a good place to settle the family and to start a family and continue living here.
Hello, my name is Matt Brown. I've had the opportunity to serve on the Johnston City Council for over 2.5 years now. My motivation to run has really been to keep taxes low, property taxes low, and also to really help ensure that city resources have been allocated effectively. Public safety buildings are a very important building, just as with any community or city. Your civic buildings, your police, your fire, your city hall, etc. are very important, not only as landmarks, but also for the community. Our men and women who serve for the police and fire department, they need the right place, the tools to do what they do. My background and experience, I'm a registered architect. I also manage a team of corporate property managers, and ultimately my experience is pretty valuable, which has been a good thing for the city, and making sure that this investment, the money was spent well, and the project turned out good. I have been a Johnston resident for a little over 14 years now. I live over by Horizon Elementary, and I live with my wife Nancy and my 2 boys. So it's been, I love Johnston. It's a great place, and there's so much opportunity. There's so many things that are uniquely Johnston that I would miss if I weren't here.
My name is Paula Dierenfeld, and I'm the mayor of Johnston. I've been the mayor of Johnston for 7 years now, and prior to becoming mayor, I was on the city council for 2 terms, or 8 years. As mayor, I've actually had 3 priorities: public safety, economic development, and quality of life issues, things like public infrastructure, recreation, and just generally keeping our community beautiful. Economic development is important because we need great employers providing good jobs in our community. Without them, we could not provide the services that we do for our residents and our businesses. Services like police, fire, emergency medical services, those are all paid for with property tax dollars. And so we need to have a good mix of commercial and residential property taxpayers to provide those services and to keep our city and our city finances strong. I'm an attorney, and I practice with the Nymaster Good Law Firm in downtown Des Moines. I have lived in Johnston now for 22 years with my husband, Dave Roeder. We, like many people who now live in Johnston, just found Johnston to be a very beautiful and welcoming community, and so we decided to build our home here.
Hi, I'm Councilmember Tom Cope, and I've served on the Johnston City Council since 2011. I wanted to kind of continue what I thought was a high level of excellence that we already had in city government. I think that economic development is the key, because if you can grow the number of sort of businesses and homes and development that occurs in Johnston, then you'll be able to provide high quality services at a very affordable price. I certainly find that the trail is a great recreational outlet for not only myself but my family, and go on bike rides with my kids and my wife. And so I think it's really one of the great things about Johnston is that, yeah, sure, we live in the largest metro area in the state of Iowa, but in 4 or 5 minutes you can be in a trail that runs along a creek, and you can feel like you're you're miles away from the big city. I've lived in Johnston since 2004, moved to Johnston with my wife, Lynn. When we moved to Johnston, we didn't have any kids, but we soon had a son, Davis, who's now 9 and is going to be in 3rd grade in the Johnston Elementary School at Timber Ridge Elementary. And we also have a daughter, Harper, who's 6, and she's going to be a 1st grader also at Timber Ridge. I think we're really headed in the right direction, and I want to keep working to keep it going that way.
Hi, I'm Councilman John Temple. I've been on the City Council for about 11 years now. Before and in between council terms, I also served on the city's Planning and Zoning Commission for about 6 years. I was born in Johnston. Way before me was the original John Temple, who came here in the 1800s and was one of the first settlers of northwest Polk County. I first ran for city council because of all the growth I was seeing in town, and I'd witnessed that firsthand on the Planning and Zoning Commission. So I wanted to ensure that that was quality growth. And then after that, I became focused on economic development and also on infrastructure, because I wanted to make sure that our city's roads and parks and trails kept up with our growth. After that, after our development continued, I became more interested in stormwater issues, because that's become a huge issue of late. I'm married to my wife, Annie. We've been married 30+ years now. We have one son who's also named as John. I remember what Johnston used to be like, and I wanted to preserve some of those qualities as we went ahead with our growth.